That's pretty easy.
Thank you.
Never spread.
That is why, yeah. I can help.
Yeah. It's when we come down, they'll come on TV. Okay. All right.
Bill, white back.
Thank you. I can let them know.
When do you get them? What?
Okay. Would you mind? Thank you so much.
Come in, bro.
So is that Brooks was here?
I'm gonna make a special appearance.
Yeah, this is shocking. Can't avoid it.
No,
You good?
It's number 3.
No, he was one, so he was his wife, you know, I'm watching it, finds that. What for? Yeah. They have gotten faster now. Yes. Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, Joe, you get what you need. Sorry, I just saw your text.
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, thanks.
What can I say? I was busy eating Oreos. Starting
They responded to me. Oh, you did that. I haven't seen it. No, I see. Someone walked out,
Okay, guys, I mean, that game was pretty
Yes. Yeah. I think it would be good to talk, okay, I mean, yeah. I don't care it. I just know.
Yeah. No, it is. Really?
Right. File. All right, go ahead and raise your hand. We'll start questions here. Go for it.
I guess for everybody, maybe players first, what were the last 10 days like for you guys, and what kind of resiliency did it take to do what you did tonight?
Yeah, I think it was just a big reset for us. We just kind of went back and watched the film of that last game we played, and just looked at things we need to improve on. So I think it was good for us, needed just to kind of get back to how we were playing prior to that, and then yeah, I mean 10 days is a long time, so we were excited to get back on the floor and compete tonight.
Graham, how long were those 9 days in between games, and what did you try to dial in during that time?
Standard 9 days, but definitely just want to dial in on our response. It was a great opportunity to see what we were made of, and we responded well tonight. I'm proud of the guys for doing so tonight.
Yeah, Mark, just the defense, the first 10 minutes, especially holding them without field goal for about 8+ minutes. What do you think of the guys in that end of the floor?
Exactly what we, set out to do, and a lot of times that's a lot more difficult than you would think. And the best thing we did, I think we really slowed them down as best we could in transition. I thought we did a great job early in that half of doing that. And they're great at pitching ahead and really attacking the rim. They got some guys that really put pressure on the rim. And I thought we did a great job there. We hit our coverages, and we rebounded very, very well. And those are our three keys. And we kind of, as they said, got back to kind of focusing in on why we had been so good early in the season. And to their credit, these guys responded, like G said, and as a coach, when you hit these spots and these little pieces of adversity, man, that's all you want. So that's the best feeling you can have when your team responds that next game. So I'm really, really proud of the guys. We walked into a heck of an environment here. That was impressive when you walked out there, and then to be able to play that good, 2,000 miles from home, in a hostile environment is the guys deserve all the credit.
Coach, the two guys next to you combined for 48 points. It's more than half your team's points. When they're playing like that, how impressive are they, and how do they complement each other's games?
No, I mean, they complement each other really, really well. All the way down to the last, I think, possession, they found each other on a little dump down for an easy one. And so, I mean, that's who we play through, and they were doubling them, and a lot of times that creates offense for us also. And so, I mean, we got away from that a little bit against Michigan. It was good that we were able to get back to finding that. But yeah, I mean, they're terrific. They're as good as you get as a tandem, I think. And we got to keep just working our way through that with our other guys, understanding that.
For Coach, the last 10 days seem to be productive for your team. Just how much does having an old team help with that? You have a lot of experienced guys.
Yeah, but again, I mean, hey, it's no fun for anybody. Like, those practices were not fun. Okay. But these guys are mature, and they've won a ton of games. They've had a ton of success. They know when we do what we're supposed to do and what we're capable of, then we can play with anybody in the country. But when we don't, we deviate from that. Not pleasant stuff happens, and so I think we had to experience that. And to their credit, they didn't pout. They didn't hang their heads. They came out ready to work, and they understood it. I think everybody got their frustrations out.
For the players and then for Mark, this is technically a neutral court, but it was essentially.
So was Seattle, so they're very similar in neutral.
That start, being able to help take the crowd out of it as much as possible, how much did that help as you guys kept building that lead?
I thought it was huge keeping the crowd out of it. Credit to the guys, everybody that stepped in and played great defense. I remember we had only 2 points for a while, and then after they hit that first three, that's kind of the crowd erupted, and I was like, wow, it just let me know how many people were here. So I thought we did a great job of controlling the crowd too.
For Graham, you guys dominated them down low, points in the paint, 46-18. I'm sure a big part of that. And this is the second year in a row you've had really strong showing against Kentucky. What do you see, against this Kentucky team that lets you perform the level you did?
Honestly, it's just really our brand and style of basketball. Just forcing the ball on the side, high lows, duck-ins, just trying to get other guys open. And sometimes I present myself open. I appreciate the guys for giving me the ball. Heath Smith had a great game. Like him and Mario, 6 assists for B Smith. Yes, I just appreciate it. Thanks for showing up and giving me the rock. All my teammates.
Well, a couple more here.
Graham, you had more 2-point field goals than the entire Kentucky team. You just did you know that? What's your reaction to that? And the second part of that, the football thing for the game mid-court. So what is that? Is it just a way to get loose? Or what's the explanation?
I didn't know about the field goal attempts, honestly. And it's just, to get loose, have some fun, before we get serious. But that was a tradition that started before I got here, and we just keep that up.
Yeah, Mark, I wanted to get your thoughts on Brady Smith's play tonight, 11 points and 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and just the way he came on the floor after Mario picked up the early foul.
Yeah, no, he was terrific. I thought that was a huge key. He kept in, and we didn't not only miss a beat, I think we started playing faster, which he's done a lot for us this year. But he really again, shared the ball and got the ball in the right spot, stepped up and hit shots when needed, which are, our guys got to do. I mean, these guys command a lot of attention. And when they do command that attention, throw out, I mean, you got to be ready, locked and loaded to make a play. And he was really, really good tonight. Big key.
Mark, Kentucky closed the Carolina game, making just 2 of 16 shots, and then tonight you guys held them to misses on their first 10 shots. Was there anything you took from the film and the scouting report, kind of a offensive tell that you were able to funnel them into, missing shots? Did that have something?
I mean, that's a great question. I mean, I thought, that the Carolina-Kentucky game was just a hard-fought game. I mean, and it just came down to people making plays at the end. I thought Kentucky put themselves in position all game to win that. Carolina just made a play or two at the end to win it. But it was really, this week was really more about us just getting back to who we are. As a coach, you have to game plan, and what you end up doing, especially in the tournaments we were just in, where you're playing 3 games in 3 days, sometimes you end up just game planning, and you kind of lose your way from what you're all about. And Michigan did a great job of exploiting us in that regard. And first of all, Michigan's a terrific team, and just so well coached, and they're Dusty and staff have their guys just executing at a really high level and playing the right way. But we just need to get back and start doing that ourselves, and including myself, to demand it out of them, make sure we weren't just keep playing all the time. So this was really just more about us being us.
Thanks, everyone.
Kentucky's walking. Chuck almost all side went all are winning. But they actually fly. Whatever set on the money line.
Yeah, that there was a.
Yeah.
Tennessee, seven.
See how long I feel
Don't you want to start with a second?
No, I'll just take questions.
Mark, right here. 3 weeks ago, you played Michigan State, and you talked about how your message just wasn't getting through the team. A 35-point loss tonight, worst since 1990. How do you get through this team at this point?
Well, we have a great young man, and we're in a bad spot right now, and I know these guys will be over there.
Mark, 0 for 10 to start the game, took 15 offensive possessions to get the first basket. Just what were you seeing through that opening stretch?
Yeah, I felt like we came out, and I think the guys were really trying to be physical. I think they were really trying to get contact, and I felt like we were really physical. We were really tentative, and that's something we got to figure out. Almost like we got ourselves in a space where we were paralyzed offensively. So it was, I don't have a lot more than that right now. You know, felt like we, struggled to get downhill, struggled to turn the corner, struggled to kind of be on our toes on the offensive ends. Surprising, we'll figure.
Mark, when things are going rough, it's easy to fall into a bad habit with players trying to fix it themselves, kind of hero ball. How do you get them not to do that and stay within team context?
I didn't feel a lot of that tonight. I felt like more us indecisive. That's all coming from me. Like that's on me. Credit Gonzaga for responding great to kind of their block a week ago. I thought they were terrific tonight. They were terrific in the gap. They were terrific kind of in defensive rotations for sure. They were terrific with their length. But that's an issue for me as well.
Colin, this is for you, and Mark, if you could respond to it also. We've heard from day one how competitive this team was, and you guys heard the boos out there. You never really responded. What is the disconnect?
Yeah, well, it is disappointing because we care about BBM, the people that come and support us, because they come in every night. So we're going to do a better job at showing up for them and playing for them.
Mark, did you want to respond to that also?
I don't have a great answer for you other than that we've kind of diminished a little bit to a bad spot right now. We have to dig ourselves out of it, and it's going to be an internal move thing, and we feel the responsibility we have in this university and this fan base, and that all the moves that we heard tonight were incredibly well deserved, mostly for me, and we have to fix it. That's all we have. When you as you're rolling through life, you just have your response, and our response so far has not been adequate.
Jalen, first thing for you in nearly a month of the right shoulder injury. Can you just speak to how you felt out there and how limiting, if at all, the right shoulder was? And also, Mark, you after each response, speak about the effectiveness to the extent of which Jalen was able to do that injury tonight.
I mean, it felt good to be out there. Just I don't take for granted the game of basketball anymore. So any chance I can go out there and play the sport I love, I'm gonna go do it, no matter win or loss. So I mean, I still had a great time. Of course, I hate losing, so that always hurts. But as far as basketball goes, I just want to play.
Mark, DeMarcus Cousins tweeted during the game, "Can't lie, this UK team has no heart." Just your thoughts when you have a legend kind of talking about the teams kind of want to.
I have no issue with what he said in the sense of like if you're watching that game, you feel like starting with coach. This project is completely unacceptable. So I think that as a former player, I'm pissed at the coach too, and that's just all deserved. There's nothing inappropriate about what he said at all.
Mark, just wondering how you would specifically analyze the defensive performance tonight. Do you think this is the most the offense affected the defense this season?
I think it was a poor defensive performance. Of course, we always give credit to Gonzaga. Their bigs just torched us. We were in and out of monster double teams. We did that relatively inconsistently and effectively. We didn't get enough reps in probably in the 1 day prep to do what we needed. Clearly, we didn't to do what we needed to do tonight. There's probably not quite clarity enough from me for the team. So I thought we were really poor on the defensive end. Do think we showed up and tried to have some physicality, but that was about the extent of our functionality on the defensive end.
Last question.
Mark, with the team struggles shooting like it did, how much of it is players just have to make a play and make a shot, and how much of it is maybe you scheme up something different and try something different that way?
Both. Next question.